Hi, guys, and welcome back to this series of interviews with amazing and inspiring women entrepreneurs. I have a very special guest today. I am so excited. I couldn't sleep last night thinking about this interview. I have Karin Velikonja. She is, it's very hard to say your name. It is, I'll be honest with Karin Velikonja, but I'm getting better at it. She is founder and chief instructor of Glowinface Yoga. She is also an entrepreneur living in Slovenia, and she is such a beautiful soul. I got to know her about 4 months ago, and I absolutely fell in love with what she does. So I could not wait to get her to do this interview with me, and I'm super excited. Welcome, Karin.
Hello, thank you so much for having me here. I'm so grateful that you contacted me and wanted to do this because I would love to share face yoga with you and with all of your listeners and followers, because I think there's so much to learn from that.
Awesome. I'm so happy you found some time for me. So many of my followers don't know me. I'm pretty new to you. I snooped around your website. I did my homework. I want to hear your story. Tell us a bit about your background. Tell us who you are. Tell us what you do. Just a little bit about you.
Yeah, so actually my story is quite long, so I'm going to try to make it shorter, as short as possible. But yeah, actually I'm Karin. I'm from Slovenia, as you said. And I'm 26 years old. This is what I'm going to say at first because a lot of people ask me that. And I'm not afraid to say my true age, because when you do face yoga, face exercises, people just create this association with wrinkles and and aging and so on. And a lot of people who sees me is just like, yeah, but you don't have to do that yet. You don't have wrinkles yet. And you are too young to talk about face yoga or aging and so on. And this is, why I said it right now, because I think, and I'm going to go and talk about this further, it is super important to start working on yourself, as soon as possible. And yeah, I'm 26 years old. I started doing face yoga 8 years ago. So I was quite young at that time. And I started doing face yoga 8 years ago because I had a complete hormonal imbalance. So actually, I came across face yoga not because I would want to reduce wrinkles, I would want to be super lifted and I don't know what, but because I was feeling super sick. So I was a dancer before, I was studying law, I was just changing my lifestyle and everything, and it was super hard for me to balance everything out. So one day, you can push yourself to the limit for some period of time, but then one day you are just like, you cannot get up of the bed. And this is what happened to me. So actually one day I was just like that complete burnout. My hormones were super, disbalanced. I didn't have energy to wake up, to function properly. When it was time to go to bed, I was super awake because of my high cortisol levels, and I was not able to fall asleep. And do you know what, you already know for sure what this brings. So I was a complete mess. And I also then got polycystic ovaries, so that was another issue, and I would have a lot of pimples, a lot of acne, everything was just like complete mess. And I wanted, because I first went to the doctor, and what they did was they prescribed me pills, and I said that I don't want to take that because since I was little, all about natural approach and natural health and healthy lifestyle and so on, and I wanted to take care of myself in a natural way, basically, because I knew that this is what happened to me was because I was pushing myself too hard, and it was more mental, and that was then affecting my body. And I started to look for a solution, and I came across face yoga course 8 years ago. Nobody knew about face yoga before really, like. And it was said that when you're doing those exercises, actually you are creating balance in your body, because you are pressing to the areas, super important areas like internal glands, brain, you know, because everything is here, everything is stored here. And when you're doing the exercises, you are stimulating those areas to function better. You are improving blood circulation, you are improving oxygen and nutrients to every single cell, and in that way you are creating balance. Some of the exercises, they can lift you up, give you the energy, while the others, they can really relax you, calm you down. And this is where I was just like, I need this in my life, because I was just like, okay, when I wake up, if I don't have energy, I'm going to do those exercises to really get the energy boost. And at night, I'm going to try to relax myself with the exercises that are meant to do at night. And I went to that course with my mom. We went together, and I was like, my life changed completely after that. So actually, I started doing face exercises every single day, and I started feeling better, like instantly. I was just much more aware of myself, much more aware of my face and my body. I also realized how much tension I was storing in this area here. And when I started to use my facial muscles in the right way, I really started creating balance from the outside in and from the inside out. While with my mom, she was 50 at that time. She, after 14 days, really started seeing big improvements on her face, especially with her double chin. This area here was much more toned. So actually, I was just impressed. And then I was doing face yoga for 1 year, and I discovered everything more and more. I liked it more and more, and I was just like, okay, you know what? I want to teach this, because not enough people knows about face exercises. Not even now, after 8 years, there may be like almost, I would say 80% of people doesn't know about face yoga yet. And it's time to change that for sure. So yeah.
What an incredible story. Honestly, I feel like one of my probably favorite stories when women share with me, entrepreneurs, business women, boss babes, you call them, whatever you want to call them. I feel like one of the most that resonate with me when you have gone through a transformation, which is resonates with most people, but I also feel like the discoveries from those transformations are incredible. The things that you're sharing right now, this is all connected. And we're going to talk about, definitely going to talk about, because I have a million questions for you. You might be here for a while. We are going to talk about, we are going to talk about your program. We are going to talk. So you changed your career going into completely, right? Because that transformed your life so much. So tell me a little bit about your business. We'll definitely get back to face yoga, because I want to spread. One of the reasons I invited you, I always say it's my personal selfish excuse to get to know people, because I love what they do. I also want to spread the awareness, because face yoga is changing my life. I'm very new to this. I'm only 2 months in, but I'm seeing the results, and I love how it makes me feel. So how did it work for you in terms of when you decided to, okay, goodbye corporate, I am going to do my own thing?
Yeah, so actually I can say I was quite lucky, because at that time I was still super young. And when you're young, you are not thinking too much about anything. If I'm like, can you hear me now? I can see you.
Yep.
Okay, sorry, my connection is just like, I don't know what's happening. But anyway, so yeah, I was, I was still young. So actually that was super beneficial for me, because I first applied to law university, and I took face yoga as a hobby. Okay, so I took face yoga as a hobby, and I was still in that field. So I would still be studying law. When everything happened, I just realized that law is not for me. So I quit that, and I started studying economy. But economy was much more like, you know, it resonated with me more because I could be more creative. I could do my face yoga easier because law was so harsh. And, you know, I finished economy and I did face yoga as my side business and as my side hobby. Mm-hmm. And this is how I started building myself up. I had time to learn new things. I had time to do all the courses, all the certifications. Mm-hmm. I was able to slowly, step by step, you know, proceed with what I do. And that's that. And I finished economy. And I then was left with face yoga. And I was then starting to do, I then had a job related with economy while still doing my face yoga in the afternoons. And there came a day I was not able to do any, like all two things together anymore. And I was just like, now it's the time to do the decision, to make a decision. So I'm, you know, completely sure I'm going to quit my job and focus everything, like put everything into face yoga. And this is how I started. I was before teaching live courses in many different countries. So I would go to United States, the States, Los Angeles, all around Europe. So in Italy, United Kingdom, Belgium, and so on. And I gained a lot of experience. And after that, I was just like, okay, but how can I reach more people? Because I'm from Slovenia. This is the smallest country ever, you know, nobody knows about Slovenia. How can I reach more people and how can I help more people? And I decided to start with online courses. So I did, you know, I filmed everything. I filmed all my 5-week-long course, which I already did live because I know that it's working. And in that time, it was actually 7 years, I had that time to develop the exercises that are really the best ones and that are really working. And I had time to put them in the right sequence. And I had time to connect everything with Chinese medicine, face mapping, and created what I now call Glowinface. So that's that.
That's incredible. So where do you see that you have such a beautiful business story? And I know it's there's so many challenges in entrepreneurship, and I feel like you're doing wonderfully well considering you did not invent space yoga, but you did not invent, right? I just want to make sure you did that.
Cleopatra, they say that already Cleopatra did some exercises for toning the double chin and the jaw area. So it's super hard to say who invented face yoga. You know, a lot of people claim I invented face yoga. I'm the beginner. But it's hard to say that because, you know, the exercises, face exercises, they date way back. So, yeah. But I invented my own method. This is what I can say.
Yeah. And I feel like it's very different from when I started researching before I actually got your program and started doing it. I started researching, just got interested because my personal story, I started looking into Botox because I started feeling like, all right, my self-esteem is suffering from this and this wrinkle here and there. What do I do? Because you can do everything internally, emotionally, and physically. As you know, I'm a health coach. I teach people how to eat well, how to nourish your body, your skin, but I still feel like it may not be enough. In my case, I have pretty poor genetics, and it was hard. I just knew, I could almost see, you know, on my face, okay, this looks like my mom's face right there, and I don't want to go there. And I do everything internally, and fitness-wise, sleep-wise, hormones, collagen, whatever, you name it, I got it. But there's something missing, right? And when I think I messaged you a week into your program, when I said to you, my face is sore, I haven't realized that I was not doing the job that I needed to do. But I was going to tell you, get back to business. We want to finish the little piece that is so fascinating to me, because I really admire people who drop the corporate world, even though it can be really good for me. But I feel like you have to be brave. You have to really have the vision in your mind. You have to have this passion that you absolutely have, Karin. I know you do. And I wonder where are you taking this? Where is this headed for you? Because you've been in for a while. How do you see this? What's your mission? What is your vision for your company?
So very nice question. And also I would like to say that it's hard to quit everything that is stable, but only in this way you can improve and you can grow. And if you ask me now, I would never go back. I would never go back. It's tough. Every single day I'm working. It's not that it's weekend and you just like cut it off. I don't care. I don't mind. No. You have to be present every single day. But if you love what you do, this is not hard. Yeah. So that's happening with me. And if I'm honest, I don't see myself working when I'm doing face yoga, when I'm teaching face yoga, because this is what I like to do. And I think that more people should go for their hobbies, or, you know, just like have the courage to take risks and start doing what they love. Yeah. Because life is too short. And why would you be miserable and unhappy somewhere working? Because working can be super fun. And what I like the most with face exercises and face yoga is that I'm able to see transformations of others, and this is making me the happiest. This is what I'm grateful for, and this is what is, you know, keeps me going, actually, to see that I can benefit somebody. And, you know, I was there myself and I know how it is. So seeing that is the best thing ever. And this is what I would like to achieve with face yoga and with my company, Glowinface. Actually, I would like to spread my program and face yoga all around the world. I'm not limiting myself for, you know, in any way, because I think that everybody should do face yoga. Everybody. Not because wrinkles only, not because they would like to reduce wrinkles, but because it is crucial to have your facial muscles active. You know, you have more than 57 muscles on your neck and on your face, and nobody is using them. Or, you know, if you use them, you use some muscles, but you overuse them, you abuse them. And this is, again, not the best thing to do. And as I said before, there are a lot of things happening in your skull too. So you should take care of your facial muscles in the same way as you take care of your muscles in the body. And this is what I would like to spread out, the word about the importance of face exercises, and, you know, sharing my program, going around the world teaching face yoga. This is what I would, you know, like to do, and bring my business direction.
That's such a marvelous mission, honestly. I do admire you. I'm so grateful that our paths crossed, because I always get ignited by people like you. I feel like it's a tribe of, you know, there's so many women entrepreneurs, and some people are very focused on making it as a business, and some people have this passion, and you can have both. Obviously, I'm passionate about my business. I also want to scale it up as much as I can, because my personal mission is to make the world a happier, healthier place, and have more confident women, happier women, right? As well as you do have a big mission to share what face yoga can do for you emotionally, physically, mentally.
And
right?
Do you know what? Sorry, I'm interrupting you, but I would like to also say that I think that it's so sad to see how media and all that influencers and all that influence is just like putting so much weight to us women. We are so vulnerable. How do you say that in English? The world vulnerable. So what I was trying to say is that actually we are so sensitive and so open to everything that, you know, is happening around us, that actually we suffer a lot, because there is some standard. We should look like this, we should weight so that much, you know, we should be fit. 5 years ago we should be all super skinny. Now we should be all bulky and have those abs, actually, because the trends are just like, you know, changing. And it's crazy. And it's the same with fillers, with Botox, with anti-aging. You know, the media is just like saying you should, you shouldn't have wrinkles, you should be all just like, all tight. But in the end of the day, it's not about that. It's not about that. Aging can be beautiful. Wrinkles are not ugly. Based on Chinese medicine, it is super interesting what they say. They say that wrinkle is just showing that there is a blockage in your organ.
Wow.
So in your internal organs. And it's showing that there is this balance in your health. And once you create balance there, you are going to reduce the wrinkle. So it's about creating balance. It's about empowering ourselves. It's about getting to know ourselves. Because now what's happening is that actually we are taught that we should, if we feel bad, we should take this pill. This pill is going to help us, if we feel sick, we should ask this doctor. So everything is just turning outwards while we have everything in our own hands and in our own bodies. It's just about empowering ourselves. And this is what I would also like to do with face yoga, to empower us women, but also men, because men can do face yoga too, to start, we have our own power to transform ourselves, to be healthy and to feel well. This is the most important thing, to be happy with ourselves.
Amazing. I have so many follow-ups on this. We have to unpack this. I hope you have time. I was going to tell you, first of all, thing that caught my attention, because this is how I personally struggled with social media. And there are moments where I had to unfollow people who were, had extremely beautiful faces. You could not stop looking, but I knew they had work done, filters, all of that stuff. And as a person who in the past struggled with a lot of self-esteem issues and confidence, for me, it started to hurt me, right? It started to mentally put a ding in my confidence, because I would compare. A case of comparisonitis is never good for you when you're trying to love yourself internally every single day, right? And once you already had the journey of recovering from certain things, and I'm sure I'm not alone in this. I don't know your confidence story. I will talk to you about it. But I felt like social media had this quick blast of, this is a fix, this is a band-aid, go get this. And I looked at Botox, and I'm a holistic health coach. I don't know what I was doing on that website. I really don't, because I felt like I have to do this to be successful, to look like XYZ or like this person.
You know what happens? Actually, when you are seeing every single day all those perfect faces, all those perfect bodies, it becomes normal to you.
I know.
It becomes normal that this is the way everybody looks, and this is the way how you should look too. And we actually lose the balance, we lose the connection, because it becomes logical. Do you know what I mean? Because everybody is like that. And then when a lot of influencers, for example, when we're talking about Botox, Botox is a poison. Mm-hmm. It numbs your muscle, but it also affects your nerves, your brain. There are a lot of studies made on that topic. And do you know what people do when they show that they put Botox in their faces, right? Mm-hmm. They're just like filming themselves when they go have that done. And they say, yeah, it's no worries, no problem. It doesn't hurt at all. Wait a minute. This is all you have to say? You're putting poison in your body and you just say, it doesn't hurt? Is this the main issue? Is this the main problem? So it's crazy, right? And then when you scroll through your feed and just see so many girls, beautiful girls putting Botox, they are maybe 25 years old. It becomes normal. Yeah. And you're just like, well, I think I should do that too, Yeah. It's crazy. I follow so many people too, just because of that. Because you start comparing yourself and your life with those perfect lives on Instagram, which in reality are not perfect at all. because we are only putting our highlights on Instagram, and it then seems we are, you know, the happiest in the world.
Yeah,
which
and
is
I
not
can
okay.
relate this pretty much is, you know, if you are eating healthy or if you are eating sugar or a lot of sugar and poisonous things, right, they're not good for your body. Why would you still, why would, it's the same thing, right? It's, I'm bringing awareness to the masses about this, like nourishing your body from within. And I feel like this is so important to have this 360-degree circle around your body, how you move, how you sleep, how you take care of your emotions, how you take care of your self-care and self-love from within, so you reflect it. No matter how many wrinkles, I have wrinkles, I'm much older than you are, and I'm learning how to embrace this. I want to reverse age, of course, that would be ideal, but it's not going to happen, right? So what I can do, I can maintain it and gracefully age and embrace it, right?
Yeah, that's true. It's not about looking 20 years old for your whole life.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's not about that. People, a person who is 50, if she is looking like 20, she looks like a doll, which what we did, like nothing. And wrinkles are also showing that you lived, especially if you have, for example, a bit of a crossfit here or smiling glands. This is so beautiful because it actually shows that you had fun in your life and you are still having fun. And why would this be ugly? Can you tell me that?
Why would you block this from showing people? And it's also one of those things, you know, when you start altering your face so much with those external forces, right, to looks like someone else. And I never thought I would struggle with this until I started having wrinkles. You know, I was just like, it's not my concern. But once I started, I had to start embracing aging and how I'm going to do this. Okay, let me go on Instagram and see. You know what I mean? And then you don't feel so good about yourself because you feel like this needs to be fixed. And it can be fixed to a degree. Like with face yoga, I'm really glad that I got the program because it started to help me emotionally more than physically. Yes, I do have the results. It did for me what I wanted it to do, and I'm still working to see better results. But I feel like just one of the exercises I was going to tell you, I'm not going to pick. I think I can disclose one. Can I? I'm sure you showed me on Instagram. One of the exercises when you put your hands on your forehead and press up and hold. I do it at my gym when I train. And then sometimes I don't follow exactly. I'll be honest, I'm a rebel. I'll change the order of exercises. And I do that when I either in between the shower and getting ready or at the gym especially, because I don't do well meditating consistently, but it makes me so relaxed and it composes me in such an organized, like one exercise really impressed me so much. That would be that one. It made me feel so composed and so centered and so calm.
Can I tell you why?
Why? No, I don't know why.
Because you are actually directly affecting your brain and your internal glands, because you are creating resistance and opposite resistance, the pressure, which is then improving blood circulation to your centers, and to your amygdala, which is actually the center of your emotions too. So actually you are in that way relaxing your body, distressing your body by doing this exercise. And face yoga is the best way, the best solution for everybody who is too just like, you know, active and is not able to just sit down, relax and meditate. Yeah. And I call face yoga my kind of meditation because, for example, I cannot just sit down and do nothing and meditate. It's too much for me, too steady. I'm still on my way there. But in between, I'm doing face exercises. And when I connect face exercises with breathing and with visualization, I'm actually doing my meditation while I'm lifting my eyebrows and reducing wrinkles in between my eyebrows in that way.
That's so definitely experienced that firsthand. So let's talk about face yoga program. Let's talk about Glowinface. That's one of the reasons you're here.
Yeah, so what would you like to know?
To know, the thing that fascinated me, so I can give a preview and this is what I learned, right? So firsthand experience, guys, no filtering. I was not paid for this to share my honest review. I love the program. I love the fact that it's only 5 weeks long, but you can play it on repeat as much as you want. I love that I have access to the videos. If I have to download it, I have no access to Wi-Fi. I love the fact that, like I mentioned, it started getting me very centered, and I'll be honest with you, I traveled for the last 2 weeks and I missed a few days, and I felt like I'm not myself those days. I'm missing that tiny piece. And I do get a meditation in once, like every other day. I'm not very consistent, but I missed the piece where I was actually touching my face. For the majority of my life, I did not like anybody touching my face, but I finally, when you get connected with yourself and you get this centered, good, loving feeling, that became the highlight of my day. So I have a routine in the morning, and face yoga fit in there, and it only takes 10 minutes. That's my favorite part, because it's only 10 minutes and you feel incredible after it, and you see the results. And what else did I like? Yeah, I do want to know more about Chinese medicine and the connection, because the connection with emotions, that's one of the things I teach women in my circle. We have to get back to ourselves, feeling authentic, getting to know ourselves, because we live in such a big scrolling environment all the time. There's a disconnect, right? So I started as a health coach, and right now I'm into modality of teaching women how to love themselves, how to look within, how to find those answers, how to feel emotionally stable and centered and happy and fulfilled. And face yoga felt like literally for me, it was just an extra boost. I know how to take care of myself, but it gave me that extra that I was looking for. So now you tell me about this emotional connection. Tell us about the Chinese medicine connection, because I don't know much about it, but I don't want to speak for it.
Okay. So I would first like to say another thing more, because you said that now if you don't do the exercises, you feel strange. You feel strange because you finally sense how it is when you wake up every single cell in your face. A lot of times, if we don't do anything with our faces, our muscles, due to emotions, due to stress, anger, fear, worries, the muscles get tense on the face. And you can have pain in the jaw, you can have headaches, you can have so many things because of that, and you don't even know it. Mm-hmm. Your lymph gets stuck, your blood circulation decreases because you are not doing anything. And this is how actually everything is blocked, puffy, and just stiff. And once you start doing the exercises, you feel how everything just starts flowing. Yeah. And this is why if you then don't, continue with your workouts, you feel the difference between doing something or not doing anything.
The jaw tension, the neck tension extra, just like skull tension here. Like my eyebrows get like always frowning when I'm looking at the screen. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And for example, also I'm going to start to collaborate now and work more with doctors too, especially for TMJ, because face exercises can actually really be helpful with releasing tension in the jaw. So you can benefit from the exercises if you have this problem. But again, if we are talking about emotions and Chinese medicine and face mapping, TMJ is connected with your organ, and its organ named liver. So liver, if your liver is working too much, if it's working too strong, you are going to get tension in the jaw, in between the eyebrows, and you are going to start feeling pain. So you are, for example, based on Chinese medicine and face mapping, every single organ is seen on your face, and everything is connected with your internal body. Mm-hmm. So actually, when you get wrinkle, when you get pimple, when you have tension or pain on the face, there is some organ calling for help. Okay, so every organ should be balanced, and every organ is connected to another organ. Mm-hmm. So if one organ is imbalanced, the other organ is going to be disbalanced too. So the key is to start then, creating balance in the body. And you start creating balance in the body by doing the right exercises, by pressing the right acupressure points And in that way, you are actually balancing the organs. And because the organs get balanced, you reduce wrinkle, or lift everything up. And also every organ is connected with emotion, and we are all feeling so many emotions every single day. For example, liver is connected with anger. If you are angry, or if you are feeling just like super tense, and you have so much things going on, stressed, this is what is going to affect your liver. And you are going to start feeling tension. The muscles are just going to get tense here. They're going to start or here. And this is what is going to then create problems. Okay. For example, kidneys can be seen under the eyes, and they are connected with fear. Okay. People who are afraid and who have many fears, they're going to most likely have dark circles, puffiness under the eyes, but also the chin is connected with the kidney energy, and the chin can start changing shape and so on, because there's so much things going on with kidney energy. Then for example, heart energy is feeling unloved or jealous. It's the emotion that is creating this balance in heart energy. Then lungs, you can see the lungs on the cheeks, and the lungs are connected with sadness and sorrow. So a lot of times you can also imagine that people that start that are sad or depressed for a longer period of time, their cheeks are just going to fall down. Wow. Sag down.
That makes total sense,
Yeah, it's so interesting, and everything is so super connected. It's amazing. And actually, this is super important to understand, because in that way, you are going to then be able to understand what you have to do to then start creating, release the emotion and start creating balance on your face. So your face is a map, which is actually showing you what's happening with you and where you should start. You should just learn how to read it. And this is how I'm connecting face exercises with Chinese medicine and face mapping, so you really can understand better what's going on with you. And in that way, you can get better results. And for example, I have my programs, which are, as you said, they are, it's like every program is 5 weeks long, and it consists of 15 exercises. Every single week, you get 3 new exercises, and you do them every single day. So your muscles get used to the exercise, you start feeling the muscles, and you really are able to just relax into the exercise, and then you proceed with new exercises. With that, you can already see, when you have this description of the exercise, it is mentioned which organ are you actually, stimulating while doing the exercise. This is the basic program. While if you would like to, learn more about your face, about what's happening on your face mapping, I offer online individual courses where we actually, I look at your face, tell everything I see based on Chinese medicine, face mapping, but also your face structure, face gravitation, and based on that, we first learn all the exercises from the 5-week-long course, but then we schedule, and I basically do individual program for your face type and for your problematics. So we cover everything, and you have the individualized program just for your face, which for sure gives you better results at the end, because you are working on what you have to work on. But it is super important, sorry, I have to tell you so many things, but it is super important that when you are starting, you know how to start, so you are guided. Why am I saying that? Because nowadays you can see so many exercises on the internet, on YouTube, on Instagram. Everybody is now face yoga expert. Everybody is now showing how to do the exercises. But you have to know that if you start with the wrong exercise that is targeting the smallest muscles on your face, you can create more damage than good. You can create even more wrinkles than, if you wouldn't do anything. So it is super important to follow the program, the right program, and to learn the right exercises. Because if not, you are not going to see the results, and you can actually create even more damage. So it is as with anything else. You have to have a good teacher that knows what they're doing and a great program to follow.
I'm so happy I found you. I was looking into different programs, but I was just, I don't know why. It was the gut feeling. I felt like this is what I want to learn from you. And I didn't even know about the emotional connection. Didn't think about, when you are concerned or when you're trying to work on improving something, you don't necessarily see the whole picture. But once you start doing it, then you see the results and benefits. I'm extremely interested in face mapping now, more Chinese medicine, all of this. Do you think you will be releasing a course? Are you working on anything new to add those emotional components or 360-degree view into the face yoga programs? I know you have a course for instructors, right? You also teach
So
it.
I have actually 3 courses, or I would say 4 options. The first one is the basic course. As I said before, it's an online course. You get it. Once you get it, you have it for a lifetime. You really, as I said, each week get 3 new exercises and do them. Create a routine, 10 minutes long routine, and you're also always guided by emails on how to do your trainings. This is like the basic option just to get to know face yoga, to start to feel the muscles, to start seeing the improvements. Mm-hmm. The other thing is individual online course, which I do the same as we are talking now. So one-on-one, I would look at your face, see what's happening, see your gravitation type, so how your muscles are aging and your face is aging, what is happening with you based on Chinese medicine, what are your concerns, and then we would do individually every week. We would get together, do the exercises, talk through everything, and continue with that. Then I also offer instructor training programs. This is the highest level now, which I offer, and it's 30 hours long program, and we really go in depth in every aspect of face anatomy, exercises, face mapping, Chinese medicine, and we are connecting everything together, because you have to know that Chinese medicine and face mapping, this is like a new world. Wow. In Chinese medicine, they did face mapping so many, like 1,000 years back, and it's such a big science that now I've been learning this for 8 years, and I still am realizing that there are so many things I don't have any idea about. And it's so fascinating, because the more you see the faces, the more you observe, the more you talk to people, the more you are able to just connect all the dots together. And it's amazing what you can get from that, and all the emotions and everything. It's, you can also get you also can learn the character of the person you are looking at by just doing the face mapping.
Now I want to be in your pocket so I can walk around and hear your thoughts about people. That's interesting. But that's one of the things I've noticed when I looked at your Instagram account. When I was looking into information, I was like, well, there are YouTube videos, but then I was like, I don't want to do this because I want to be guided with anything. I'm efficient about my time, and I was so happy with the results. Guys, I'm going to tag Karin's page. You go and see for yourself, because she has amazing results from her clients, and it's so exciting to learn. Honestly, my mind is just like because I want to pick your brain all day long. I want to shift gears a little bit, because so we talked about your face yoga program. I want to ask you about your personal health routine. What is your day like? What do you like? What is a must for you? I know you talk about it on social media, and people can go back and post and read about your favorite things for your skin, for your feeling good, for anything health related. Tell me about your day. What's your day like? What you can't see it without? What do you do regularly?
So for example, I'm all about healthy lifestyle. I'm all about taking care of myself. So self-care is the number one thing I do, because I know that if I'm not feeling great, I'm not going to be helpful for any other you know, for anyone else actually. So I really take time to, you know, get time for myself and work on myself. So for example, I cannot imagine my day without face exercises. Sorry, it's just the way it is. I love doing them.
Self-promotion is allowed.
I love doing them in the morning because they actually, you know, it's 10 minutes. It takes me 10 minutes. And when I wake up, I first, you know, brush my teeth, go downstairs, prepare my breakfast because I love having big breakfasts, like super healthy ones. And then I would do face exercises before I, you know, get ready, apply my makeup and so on. Firstly, because they completely wake me up and just like give me that energy, but also because my face is then lifted and toned for the whole day. And this is what sets my mood. I also, for example, I love music. And when I do my face yoga or anything, I would just listen to Latin songs. This is what keeps me going, and I'm just like, oh, okay. I'm the happiest when I see those songs, when I hear those songs. So that's another thing. And yeah, I'm all about, you know, just like embracing everything that then the day brings. And I like to eat healthy. I like to also do my workout for my body. So for example, now I'm all into Pilates and yoga because I am slowly understanding that we have to listen to our body, to be gentle with our bodies, and to really just listen, because our bodies are going to tell us what we have to do, what we have to eat, what we have to, you know, make to feel the best. And this is what I'm actually doing. So I'm, yeah, sure, making sure that I'm eating healthy. So I'm avoiding sugar. I don't even like sugar, but I avoid gluten. I avoid dairy. So this is what I'm, you know, keeping at bay. But I would eat that if I feel like it, because I'm not depriving myself this and restricting myself, but because this is the worst thing you can do. And for sure, I would, for example, do my meditation. I would really make sure that my body is moving and I'm feeling good. So yeah, that's, you know, about my day, what I like to do and so on. But for sure, you know, because I'm a face yoga teacher, I also like to take care of my skin, to treat myself, do some massages and so on. So I'm all about, as I said before, I'm all about self-care, and that's that.
Do you do anything complementary to face yoga? Any processes or any procedures that you would get at a salon, like microneedling? What do you think about any extras like facials or anything? Do you do any of those?
So because I'm doing face yoga, I'm all up in that field, and I would love to try a lot of things to not only, you know, see it and experience it on myself, but then also to report and, you know, advise to other people and my followers that are, you know, wanting to hear my opinion. And if I'm honest, I'm not doing any anything anymore.
Okay.
Regarding microneedling and so on. Why? Or maybe some super, you know, strong acids and so on. Why? Because I think those things can be super harmful for your skin, and you are actually attacking your skin. For example, with microneedling, you are creating damage in your skin, and you are, you know, basically in that way, how can I say that? Your skin then has to repair itself because you damaged it. And this is quite harsh, right? So I'm actually not against, but I'm turning back from all invasive things that are actually harming your body and pushing it to quickly repair itself. Do you know what I mean? And it's the same with the acids and chemical peels and so on, because actually we have this outer skin layer and this that skin cells on the surface for a reason.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not just because, you know, now it's like super famous, this chemical peel, everybody should do that. Well, We don't know
Yeah.
actually what this can bring. So I'm all about natural techniques, and I like to get a massage, for example. I like to get facial massage, acupressure, acupuncture, maybe too, sometimes, because it's all about, creating balance and working with what you got. Also, for example, if you are using chemical peels, or if you are using acids on your face, or also retinoids and so on, if you don't know how to protect your skin afterwards in the right way, you can actually create even more damage than good. I'm talking about SPF here, because you can get more pigmentation, more damage to your skin if you don't, because you actually exfoliate your skin so much. And if you don't protect it in the right way, you can get more damage. So this is just my opinion, but I'm not judging anyone who is doing that. And this is just my opinion.
But I think that's one of those places. Now, I totally understand you. I'm not judging. I'm looking into things. I'm always open to learn about them. But personally, I've tried a few things, and I feel like my skin is so sensitive, I can't even tolerate a facial. And if you feel like, again, the influence from trend social media research not always filtered, so you get a lot of clutter in your inbox or in your head thinking this is probably what I should be doing. But it doesn't work. It's very individualized. You have to.
Yeah. And do you know what? It's so funny for me, because we are oriented in that way that we always think it's, again, the media that is causing that, and the big companies. We always think that we have to buy something to put it on our face, and this is going to help us out. Do you know what I mean? So devices, tools, creams, serums, I don't know what, while you actually most of the time do not need more than half of this stuff. And do you know what I like about, again, face yoga? And it's so interesting for me to see that with face exercises, you only need your hands and your face, and you are training your muscles the same way you are training your muscles in the body. And nowadays you can start seeing a lot of also beauty salons talking about they are offering face exercises, and they're actually doing a massage on you.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
Yeah.
If you are wanting to get your muscles up, volume in your muscle, you have to do your own work. But we are always trying to get these quick solutions, quick fixes, so we don't have to do anything ourselves, and we are thinking we're going to have great results. Yeah, you can get good results for a short period of time, but if you are not working on yourself with your muscles, you are not going to get permanent results. And this is so funny for me to see. Also, for example, I love gua sha. So gua sha, the tool, do you know, or jade roller. I like that. But it's super funny to see that when I'm doing face exercises, people is just so, oh, wow, so interesting. Yeah, that's, it's logical. You build the muscle and everything like that. And that's that. It stays there a lot of times. But then when I, for example, show my gua sha routine, everybody's just, wow, where can I buy that? I'm going to for sure buy that, because this is our mindset, right? So we think we need to buy something to get, and this is going to, save our life, which on the other hand, you can only use your hands again to do a massage, and you are going to have super similar results. I love gua sha and jade roller, don't get me wrong. It is just that I'm super surprised when I think about, the mentality we have as, humans.
Yeah. And that's a detox shake mentality, right? It's like, let's get this to get skinny in the week. Get ready for your beach vacation. Here's the bottle. And that's for you. And that's very easy. It's very tempting. It is very tempting. But like with any exercise, as an athlete, I can tell you it takes years to get in the shape you want to get, right? Whether you want abs, if you want abs, so that's your thing, or you just want to feel strong in your body and pursue specific goals, right? So it all depends. But I wanted to ask you this question, relevant and related to the topic of skin and how you're talking about self-care. I find it that, well, many women I work with often have skin issues because of their nutrition, and they also have self-esteem and confidence, body image issues. I was one of these people that had cystic acne for years and indigestion and all that stuff that was showing up on my face, with the lack of self-love that time showed up a lot on my face until I changed things, until I hit the rock bottom. That's a bit of my story. But I also know that, again, I always want to relate it to people to women who have this similar story, or have it worse, have it better, doesn't matter. But then they struggle and they suffer from it so much, and they feel like their face is not the shape or not toned, those saggy wrinkles, but they don't feel confident in their body and the way they look in the mirror. They're avoiding looking at the mirror. Do you have any suggestions or tips how to, it's a process, I am well aware, it does not take one day, it takes a long time. Do you have any tips that you give to your clients who feel insecure, uncomfortable, hate their skin? It's a strong word, but don't like it, how to start embracing it and feel more confident?
Firstly, I always say what we were already talking about. Unfollow people who is actually, when you see their pictures, you just go like this. So unfollow everybody who is making you feel even worse about yourself. This is the first thing. Mm-hmm. Secondly, nobody has perfect skin. Nobody is completely without pimples. Also, for example, me, when I'm doing face yoga for 8 years, I'm eating healthy, I'm doing my workouts, like I'm living super healthy life, I'm still getting pimples. And it's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong. We just have to start embracing ourselves as we are. And once you start, working on yourself, you are actually starting feeling, you start embracing yourself and you start feeling better. And this is going to show up. And you are going to look more fresh, more glowing, and so on. But the second thing also I say is to just take your time, look yourself in the mirror, look your face, observe your face, look yourself in the eyes, and just try to see everything, to name 5 things you love about your face and 5 things you completely hate. And then just try to visualize and see what would you look like without worrying about those 5 things that are, worse with you or that you don't like. How would you feel? How would you look like? Try to visualize yourself without those things. And also, in that way, try to, how can I say that? Expose the things you like about your face and about yourself. And that's something we are all afraid to do, because we are actually looking ourselves in the mirror every single day, but we are not taking time to really look ourselves completely. And if we look ourselves in the right way, we are going to see so much beauty, so much pain too. But if you feel pain and if you see pain and, just like this satisfaction, that you have to start working on that, and that you can change those emotions if you are willing to get help and, start approaching or following, accounts on Instagram, for example, that are encouraging, not encouraging imperfections, but explaining about how we actually are, and that we are beautiful as we are, and not about you have to, 5 tips to get perfectly glowing and, beautiful skin without any wrinkle, without any pimple. This is not possible. And you cannot do that. So embracing ourselves is super crucial thing. And this is what I always, say. But I always also say that when the person is looking in the mirror, visualization is super important, and it's the key with everything. I created my business by by using visualization, and also you can visualize how you would like to look like. How would you like to be? And always, all the time, having this picture in your head while doing something for it is going to help you get through that and get there more, faster. And yeah.
That's such a beautiful piece of advice. Honestly, it's so profound. I feel like we are finally, after, especially it's so exposed on social media, mass media, we're finally learning those paths to ourselves, right? Like right back to in the inside instead of looking on the outside and trying to go and do crazy fitness stuff, crazy diets, and all of those things to embrace the inner beauty. Because I feel like every face is beautiful. And if you ever have seen people who have completely not combinable facial features, but they have so much light and so much love in them. You know what I mean? So you look at their facial features and they're not pretty. Let's be honest, they're not pretty, but their face is attractive, right? Because they have this glow, they have this charm, they have charisma, they have the inner beauty. So one of the things I do also, I totally agree with you, just looking yourself in the eye, and it's hard. Those on layers are extremely hard. I remember when I started doing exercises in front of a mirror, I was crying. It was hard certain things were just hard to admit and let go and release, because especially we live in a society where they don't teach self-love in school. They don't teach how to take care of your body, your mind, your emotions. No, we are taught to operate in the society, right? So I would love to, one of my biggest missions, probably we should team up with you. I want to spread the knowledge to little girls about confidence, about taking care of your body, taking nourishment emotionally, physically, mentally, so they don't have to go through what I went, my personal scarring experiences, right? Or just dealing with life attacking you from all the dimensions, just having this solid core of knowledge about your own body. Because I got to know my body in my late 20s. That should tell you something. I'm really admired that you had a chance and your journey led you to get to know your body and yourself emotionally, physically, mentally so early, because it's beautiful, right? You know what to do now. But many people don't get it until they're in their 30s, 40s, 50s, and it's hard, because the life is, I feel like it's so much better once you are in.
This is why I also say the sooner you start working on yourself, the better. And also people who are shining and glowing and have the spark in the eyes, in Chinese medicine they say sheen. So the sheen is the one that is creating a spark in your eyes, and it all comes from the inside. The person can be super beautiful, like has all those nice beautiful features, but at the end of the day, if she doesn't have, or he doesn't have the energy, he or she is not beautiful. So it's not about having big chin or small chin or big nose or small nose. It's about learning how to embrace this nose and how to work with it. And this is also why I like face yoga and Chinese medicine and face mapping, because it gives you an insight what big nose actually means, or what wide chin actually means. And if you embrace that, if you can learn how to work with that, you can get so much out of it. Not only talking, of our visual perception, but also in life, because every part of your face is storing energy that is helping you in your life. So it's super interesting. And this is also why I like face yoga and face exercises, because it's not about changing what you were born with. It's about embracing it, and it's about creating flow. creating the connection, the energy connection, the lymph circulation, so lymph flow, blood flow. So every cell on your face and in your skull is thriving.
Yeah.
And when you achieve that, this is what is going to create the glow and the healthy face. Even though you still have a few wrinkles on your face, because let's be honest, face yoga cannot reduce every single wrinkle and cannot make your forehead unmovable.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nope. Yeah. But it's one of those beautiful things, just embracing the flow. I feel like if we're not flowing, we're not growing, we're not flowing, and we're stagnating in anything else, right? The one that comes to your face. Like I felt the lymph moving. I definitely felt the difference after a few weeks.
Yeah. And this is so super important. Also in Chinese medicine, do you know what they say? If there is, so I say at Glowinface, no flow, no glow, or flow is glow. And it's the same with Chinese medicine. So for example, if your energy is not flowing, if you don't get enough blood circulation, oxygen, nutrients to your cells, your cells are going to start dying faster, drying faster, and this is what is aging you.
Yeah.
What's aging you is the lack of flow, okay, in your body, all over your body. And this is what we want to create. And when we are born, they say, we are born and we look like a grape, just like super juicy, plump, and so on. And also our internal glands are looking like that, like grapes, super juicy and so on. And if they are juicy, watery, they are, functioning better. But as we age, everything starts to dry out.
Right.
And becomes like a raisin. And this is why we also then get wrinkly, sagging, and so on. So just having this picture in mind is super logical. It makes sense, right? It's just like super logical. Wow, this is really how everything goes. So the key is to keep the flow, to make everything flowing, but also to get still have the water in your body. So drinking a lot of water and so on, super important, like hydrating yourself in any way.
I'm seriously blown away by all the knowledge and all the beauty you carry into the world. I would talk to you for hours because I have many questions. We may have to do another interview. I was gonna ask you to wrap things up. Don't want to let you go, but I'm going to. I'll ask you if you have any practical tip of advice and exercise, whatever you want to show my viewers, your viewers, listeners, to share that to take away from this, or maybe to help people get started on a face yoga journey or have release exercise. I know many people are stressed. The large majority of people are stressed all the time. And like I told you, one of the favorite exercises for me in the last couple of months that were packed for me was just those 30 seconds of holding my forehead and pressing up and releasing. So that was beautiful for me. Anything you want to share? Anything you want to talk about?
So firstly, two things are important. As I also said before already, it is super important to know how you start. And if you, for example, see that your cheeks are sagging, or you would like to improve nasolabial folds, don't just go and rush searching the exercises that is going to fix that. Because you have to know that all your facial muscles are super closely connected together. Everything is structured in a very specific way. So when you start, you have to start carefully. Firstly, activating the biggest and the heaviest muscles, which is here in the upper part, and then slowly proceeding to the smallest ones. And for example, I would like to share one exercise today with you. It's called Cat Eyes. You already know it. It's like first exercise we do in our program, because it is activating actually the biggest, the heaviest muscles in the upper part of the face. And if we just think about gravitation, when those heavy muscles start to sag down due to gravitation, they start to sag down, they're going to start pressing to every other muscle. Yeah. And when this happens, your face is just going to fall. And so how to start? Not with the corners of the mouth, because here you have the smallest muscles, but you have to start from the start. So you have to start with biggest muscles. This is the first key. So this is what we are going to show and do. This exercise is actually lifting the sides of the face up. It helps to erase wrinkles that are shown here. It helps to reduce puffiness, dark circles. It helps to strengthen the eyes, lift the eyebrows. But at the same time, it really works well if you feel anxious, or if you have a headache, or if you feel that you don't have enough energy, or if you are stressed out. This is the exercise that is really beneficial for you, because it actually improves blood circulation, because when you are putting pressure here, you are improving blood circulation to your glands and your brain. And this is how you are then creating balance. So my first tip would be, before we start with the exercise, is to firstly just activate your facial muscles. And you can activate your facial muscles by tapping. So it's like a tapping massage. It's super easy, super simple. I like to start on my neck, and then I just tap all the way up. So I would stay and tap longer on the areas where I feel tension. Okay, so I would tap everywhere I feel tension. And this is also like the tapping. This technique is already well known, that is helping relax everything, and relax if you are anxious, and if you feel super stressed out. Tapping is the best way in which you can actually then start also your face yoga workout. So I would, for example, before this exercise, I would tap a bit more on the sides of the face, and also all around the skull, just to make sure that everything is activated. And then how to do the exercise? Let's do it together. Okay. So we are going to work the face and lift everything up. So actually, we are going to put our palms on the sides of the face, and with our fingers, we are going to embrace the head. The elbows should be out, and you should relax your shoulders, because the first time when you are going to do this exercise, you might feel tension in your neck and in your shoulders, because those muscles here are stronger, and they're going to want to help those 4 muscles here to work. Okay, so relaxing the shoulders all the time. We are going to now press into the muscles first, so as we would want to squeeze our head a bit, and then lift everything up and back diagonally, so we really lift everything up. This is the resistance, and with face exercise, you always want to do the opposite resistance, so the muscle is going to work. And the opposite resistance is creating by squinting or closing your eyes intensely. So you're closing your eyes intensely, and you are pressing with your hands inside, diagonally back and up, relaxing your shoulders. Your neck is straight. And now when you feel the resistance and opposite resistance, try to breathe deeply. Breath is super important. So breathing deeply is super important when you are doing any of the exercises. And trying to hold this exercise for 30 seconds. We are going to then slowly release the palm. And you can do that 3 repetitions. So 3 repetitions for 30 seconds is the way to go. But the more you do it, so for example, also now because you are already doing our program, once you're going to finish with the program, you're going to then be able to start combining the different exercises together, focusing on the areas you would like to improve the most more, but also start implementing, for example, static training, dynamic training. This was static training, where we actually hold the exercise as long as we can, or for example, for 30 seconds. This is what you have to do when you are starting. Never start with dynamic exercises. Dynamic means that you are doing super quick movements, because in that way, because your muscles, you cannot feel your muscles yet. And if you are going to do those super fast movements, you can create even more wrinkles. So that's a big no-no. The first thing you have to start with is by doing slow exercises, holding them as long as possible. But then after 5 weeks, when you activated everything and when all your facial muscles are working, then you can start implementing different workouts and dynamic versions too. And because now we are such a big community already here at Glowinface, so many people have already done our online program, I'm planning to start doing regular trainings. Maybe we're going to see each other once per month, and we're going to practice, do our workouts together online. So you're going to be able to see and experience how you can use those 15 exercises. Because with face yoga, it's not about knowing 50 plus exercises. It's, you are going to forget how to do them, and you are not going to know how and when to do them. So the key is to know, for example, small amount of exercises, but those exercises should be super potent. And you should know how to combine them together to get the best results possible.
That's amazing. I love it. This is one of my favorite exercises. And I think that's one of the things I loved about the program personally. I truly hope you guys all go check it out. I'll share the links to the program. I highly recommend. I only recommend things I really liked. Because if I'm in the gray area, I'm like, oh, I don't know if people are going to like it. But I feel like this was one of the things where I can pretty much recall all the exercises, all 15 of them. I'll probably forget one or two, but because I haven't practiced a lot in the last couple of weeks. But for the most part, it's very easy to remember because you go day by day and you build up on that.
Yeah, if you only learn 3 exercises, you have the time to practice them for a whole week, and then you add new ones. It's not learning all the exercises in one day, because that can be super confusing. It's going step by step. And this is how you actually build your face form, and persistence is the key. I always say that. It's the key with everything. Well, when you are building your business or when you are building your face. Being persistent is the most important thing you can do.
Thank you so much for coming over. I will definitely be following up with you with all the personal questions, all the business questions. We'll probably do something together. I have a feeling we'll be doing something together in the future. I'm so honored you found time for me. Where can people find you? Let us know where can find you, connect with you, get to know your beautiful soul.
Oh, thank you. So I have my own website. It's called www.glowinface.com. So it's not glowing face, it's glow in face. This is what a lot of people get a bit confused about, because it's like a bit different. But we have the website, there are all our programs, and I'm also writing a blog because I know how important it is to learn more about the topic you are going to do. It's not only the exercise. It's very nice to know the background, so you really know why are you doing something and how you should do it. So we have a lot of blog posts on face yoga topics, but you can also follow me on Instagram, Glowinface Face Yoga. I'm super active there. And on Facebook also, it's the same name. And I'm always posting everything there, but I also do a lot of free webinars where I'm talking about, face yoga, how to do, and also Chinese medicine, face mapping. So for example, in August, also you, if you are going to be interested, you are more than welcome to join us. We are going to talk about the spleen energy based on Chinese medicine and face mapping, because we're going to talk how to strengthen our spleen energy in order to keep our face in shape, but also to create a healthy balance in our spleen. Because if our spleen is super weak, our muscles are going to start to sag, not only on the face, but also on the body. If your spleen is weak, you are worrying all the time. If your spleen is weak, you are going to gain weight faster, and you are not going to be able to reduce, to lose weight, even though you are trying so hard. So if you have those problems, you have to work on your spleen. And how to work on your spleen, this is what we are going to talk about on our next webinar. which is going to be published on our social media for sure.
I'm so excited for you. I really see you skyrocketing in this industry. I don't want to say in the industry, I want to say in the field, because you truly have the passion, you truly have the knowledge, and you're constantly learning and growing. And I think it's such a beautiful thing that you started your own program instead of following someone else and created this unique approach. I do feel like your approach is unique, very holistic and 360 degrees, which will resonate with more people because we're finally opening up those doors. Yeah. So I wish you a lot of luck. This is not the last time I'm talking to you.
I hope not.
And I'll definitely share all the information, all the links below in the blog post so people can connect with you and find you as well as I found you. I'm so happy I found you.
Thank you so much. I'm really happy and grateful you invited me in your show, in your podcast, and that you are wanting to present me to your followers. And it's super nice to see how actually face yoga can complement what you are actually doing, because it's a holistic approach. And I'm always saying it's not one thing that is going to save your life. It's going to be many things combined together and targeting the same issue from many different areas. This is what is going to bring you the best results. And so I'm super grateful, and thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you, Karin. It's definitely one of my newest, healthiest habits that I implemented this year. I'm so proud of myself. I started doing this. I should have
done it too.
It's never late, right?
Never. So I always say that start as soon as you can, because also when we are just talking about wrinkles, prevention is always better than cure. That's correct. But it's never too late. Never too late. So yeah, I'm happy that you started and that you are going to keep on going.
Thank you so much. You have a wonderful day, and I will be talking to you soon.
Thank you.
Bye.